Welcome to lesson 5.1. This is one of those lessons where you're going to start to see things differently because for most of us, no one ever told us how men actually think, feel, or fall in love. And when you don't know the truth, you make it about you. You get stuck overthinking, you miss what's really going on beneath the surface. So, today I'm going to share 20 quick truths, but don't worry, I've grouped them into 4 easy categories so you can take it all in without getting overwhelmed. All right, let's get into it. The first category number 1, how men love and bond, what feels like love to him. The first one, men often equate love with peace, not passion. He stays where he feels safe, not where he feels stressed. Now, while we associate love with emotional intensity, men are drawn to relationships where they feel calm, accepted, and free from constant tension because for him, love feels like safety, not stress. Many men don't stay for the butterflies, they stay for the peace. And if being with you feels calm, kind, and pressure free, naturally he'll want to be around you more. Drama, tension, and constant emotional highs and lows can quietly push him away, even if the passion is strong. To him, love feels like safety, not stress. Number 2, he craves respect more than affection. Feeling admired for a man feels like being loved. For men, respect is the deepest form of love. He needs to feel admired for who he is, for what he does, and for how he shows up. Even if he likes hugs and sweet words, what touches his heart most is knowing that you believe in him. When he feels respected, he feels safe to open up, give more, and stay close. Number 3, he bonds through shared experiences, not just deep talks. Doing things together matter more than talking about feelings. Men feel the closest when they're doing something with you, laughing, building, exploring, or even just watching a TV show side by side. It's not that they don't care about feelings, it's that actions create connections for them more than long heart to hearts. That's how we bond as women. Instead, shared moments make him feel like he's on a team and like you're on the same side. That's when his guard drops and real bonding happens. That's why you see guys a lot of times doing activities together. And when girls get together, we tend to chat. Number 4, he wants to feel like your hero, even if he doesn't show it. A guy needs to feel useful, appreciated, and needed. Even the most confident men quietly wonder, do I matter to her? When you show him that you value what he does, big or small, it lights him up inside and makes him feel proud to be your man. Men fall deeper when they feel they make your life better. Number 5, sex often makes men feel emotionally connected, not just physically satisfied. For many men, intimacy is when they feel safest emotionally. This is when they can get vulnerable. For many men, being close in this way is not just about the physical part. It's about being one of the few times he actually feels safe to open up emotionally, even if he doesn't realize it. Why? Many men are raised to hide their feelings. They're taught to be tough and hold things in. But during intimacy, his walls come down. He feels accepted. He feels wanted. He feels like it's okay to let go of stress and pressure and the need to be strong all the time. That's why for some men, sex is more than just fun. It's the moment they feel most connected, most valued, and most close to you. It can be when they show love in their own way, especially if they struggle with expressing it with words. But here's something important to keep in mind. If you don't have emotional connection outside of sex, he could still feel empty afterwards. Sex alone cannot fix what's broken in the heart. True safety comes from both physical closeness and emotional closeness. Things like respect, kindness, honesty, and care. That's the kind of connection that lasts. Here's the key takeaway for this category. Men bond differently than we do, but they do bond deeply when the right emotional door is open. Let's move on to the next category, which is how men process emotion, why he shuts down or pulls back. Number 6, many men don't know what they're feeling in the moment, which is kind of hard to imagine, right? Because we feel things instantly. They need time and space to process. Most men weren't taught how to name their emotions, so feelings can hit them in slow motion. Giving him space doesn't mean he doesn't care. It means he's figuring out how he feels. The best way I can describe this is how we feel things quickly, and sometimes it takes us a while to process our emotions as far as our thoughts, process our thoughts rather. So we first feel, and we can even have our thoughts clouded by all the feelings, but if we sit down and think about it, we can think through what's happening behind the feelings. It's the opposite for men. They think first and have to actually stop and focus to think about what it is they're feeling. Number 7, the words, "we need to talk," literally trigger stress. He fears disappointing you or failing you. To him, those words often mean he's already in trouble, even if you don't mean it that way. When he hears that, his heart races and his walls go up because he feels unsafe. Number 8, he notices your moods, but often doesn't know how to respond. He's afraid of getting it wrong or making it worse. Even if he looks checked out, he feels the shift. But because he doesn't want to upset you further, he may freeze, pull back, or pretend everything's fine. See how that could be a big problem, right? Number 9, he needs emotional transitions. He struggles when you dive into heavy talk without warning. His brain often takes longer to shift gears, so surprise deep talks can overwhelm him. A gentle heads up, like, "Hey, can we talk later about something on my heart?" helps him to stay open instead of shutting down. Number 10, many men have avoidant tendencies, which are rooted in their childhood traumas or experiences. So they withdraw, they numb out, they get defensive, not because they don't care, but it feels safer to them. Their nervous system learned early on that closeness could lead to pain or rejection. So sometimes distance feels like the only way for them to stay in control, even when love is what they truly want. Here's the key takeaway: men aren't emotionally distant by choice, it's wiring, it's their upbringing, and it's their deep fear of failure. All right, let's dive into category 3. What men secretly struggle with. This has to do with insecurity and pressure. Number 11, men often feel defective, like they're never quite enough. Even the confident ones carry this quietly. Many men have an inner voice that whispers, "You're not good enough." Even if they never say that out loud. That's why small words of encouragement or belief can go deeper than you realize. Their egos are very fragile, even if they act tough. Criticism hits deeper than you think. What sounds like a simple comment to you can feel like failure to him. Most men want so badly to get it right that even gentle correction can bruise their heart. Number 13, they hate feeling like a project or a problem to be solved. They want to feel accepted as they grow and not picked apart. When he feels like you're always pointing out what's wrong, he shuts down or pulls away. Men open up more when they feel respected for who they are, not just who they could become. Number 14, they want to feel chosen, not obligated. Men stay where they feel appreciated, not where they feel like they're checking off boxes. He wants to feel like you see him, not just as someone who fills a role, but as a man you truly desire and appreciate. When he feels chosen, he's more likely to give his best. And number 15, they feel like they're losing when you're unhappy. Men tie their worth to your emotional state, which I think is very precious. If you're upset, many men quietly feel like they failed, even if it's not their fault. To him, your happiness feels like proof that he's winning as a partner. All right, the key takeaway for this section, this category, is a man's confidence in love grows when he feels respected, encouraged, and emotionally safe. All right, let's keep going with the last category. Category number 4, what keeps a man leaning in or makes him leave? Number 16, he needs harmony more than constant confrontation. He wants a partner, not an opponent. If every conversation feels like a battle, he starts to shut down or pull away. Men feel the safest and stay invested when they know that you're on the same side, even when you disagree. Number 17, he may subconsciously test your boundaries to see if you'll stand in your worth. The woman who calmly holds her standards earns deep respect. Without even meaning to, he may push just to see what you'll allow. When you stay kind but firm, it tells him you value yourself and he'll value you too, also. Number 18, he's drawn to calm energy over chaos, even when he's attracted to excitement. He chooses peace when it comes to long term love. Wild sparks can grab his attention, but it's the calm, steady warmth that makes him stay. Men fall in love with the woman who feels like home, not an emotional roller coaster. Number 19, he needs to feel like he can win with you. If he always feels like he's failing, he will give up. When a man feels like no matter what he does, it's never good enough, he slowly stops trying. Small moments of appreciation help him feel like he can succeed with you. And finally, number 20, he wants to be valued for who he is, not just for what he does. Being seen and appreciated matters as much as being provided for. Men love to give, to fix, and provide, but they also long to be loved simply for being themselves. When he feels valued for his heart, not just his help, he feels truly loved. All right, our final takeaway for this last category is men lean in where they feel emotionally successful, not where they feel like they're always losing. Okay, you can head on over to the next lesson, lesson 5.2, where you will learn powerful truths that will help you understand men. We'll see you there.